What's up guys, this is Justin from Studio G and welcome back to G Academy. Today's episode is all about something that came from Japan and moved all the way to international level. It became a world phenomenon and the channel wouldn't exist without it. Today it's all about everything that you need to know about the history of Gundam. Let's do this. First of all, Gundam is a Japanese military fiction media franchise created by Yoshiyuki Tomino and Sunrise, now known as Bandai Namco Filmworks. The franchise began on April 7, 1979 with Mobile Suit Gundam, an anime series that defined real robots by featuring giant robots in a military setting. They were called mobile suits. The popularity of the anime actually spawned off a lot more of the media franchise that includes novels, more TV series, OVAs, mangas, video games, and of course, the plastic model kits that we all love. That actually takes up 90% of the Japanese model kit industry. That is a lot. Now it's time to learn more about its creator, Mr. Yoshiyuki Tomino. We all actually owe our lives to him, to be honest, especially me. I owe my life to Yoshiyuki Tomino. He is a Japanese anime creator, director, screenwriter, and a novelist. He was born in Odawara, Kanagawa Prefecture, and he studied in Nihon University's College of Art. Mr. Tomino actually began his career with Mushi Production in 1963, so he's not a young lad anymore, scripting the storyboard and the screenplay for Japan's first anime known as Tetsuwa Atom, or how the whole world calls it, Astro Boy. Mr. Tomino is probably the best known for his work for Mobile Suit Gundam. In 1979, Mr. Tomino directed and wrote Mobile Suit Gundam, which was highly influenced in transforming the super robot genre into the real robot genre. You know, the super robot genre, you know, like the Bazinger, the robots that actually towers the whole city, that kind of stuff. Now it's time to talk about the other side of Mr. Tomino, his team, which is known as Hajime Yatate. Hajime Yatate is actually a pseudonym or a collective contribution of the Sunrise animation staff. So basically, they have a bunch of people. Probably Mr. Tomino didn't want to name everybody, so everybody is called Hajime Yatate. So every morning during breakfast time, they were going like, "Good morning, Mr. Tomino. What's up, Hajime Yatate?" Probably something like that happened. I don't know, I'm just assuming. Don't sue me, please. Honestly, there's not a lot of information that we can find about them. If you know something about the history of them, please leave it down in the comment section below. We are kind of blurred, to be honest. The second person that we have to be thankful for is Mr. Yoshikazu Yasuhiko. Thank you very much. He is best known for being the character designer and also the animation director for the first ever Mobile Suit Gundam. Born in 1947 in Engaru, Hokkaido. Hokkaido is a pretty cold place, if I'm not mistaken. He began to attend Hiroshima University in 1966. His own manga are very much known for their action scenes. The impressive thing is, Mr. Yasuhiko, he doesn't really do memos or anything before anything else. He just go ahead, take a pencil, take a pen, and start drawing into his sketchbook, and his creations come to life. You don't give them names, you don't give them any background information or anything. That is really impressive. And usually, after deciding the page panel layout, then only he drawing character faces, and he inks every panel with his Sakuyo brush. Fun fact with Justin, Sakuyo brush is actually a specialty brush used by manga artists back in the day, or maybe right now still, and it's actually favored by our very own Mr. Yasuhiko. So another thing that Yasuhiko did was, as wrote by Mr. Michael Tu from Anime News Network, is that Mr. Yasuhiko actually defined the science fiction anime characters back in the 1980s by extension. So that is a huge contribution by Mr. Yasuhiko. Thank you so much for your contribution, because without you, without Mr. Tomino, there wouldn't be us. And now it's time to be thankful for the third person in talks today, which is Mr. Kunio Okawara. Mr. Kunio Okawara is actually a mechanical designer, and he's actually the first person that was accredited as such by the anime industry. He was born and he currently lives in Inagi, Tokyo, and also that is where he works out of his home studio. Unfortunately, we can't disclose his exact address because people will be knocking on his door every day asking for autographs. I know I'll be one of it. I'll probably go ask for it, right? FBI, open up! So Mr. Okawara attended Tokyo Zoke University. On his first year, he was a graphic designer. On the following year, he switched to textile design. And then on graduation, he joined a company called Onward Kashiyama as a fashion designer, where he also drew display background for their specialty store. Then he was led on to take on the art position at a production company called Tatsunoko Production. And over there, on suggestion by their art director himself, Mr. Mitsuki Nakamura, he was assigned to design the enemy mecha for Science Ninja Team Gatchaman. Gatchaman! So by designing the enemy's mecha, he and Mr. Nakamura basically founded the mecha design office within Tatsunoko Production itself, where Mr. Okawara would receive the first ever recorded industry credit as mechanical designer. So after being kind of famous, Mr. Okawara left Tatsunoko Production and strike out on his own using his title as a mechanical designer. And then he won a contract in Studio Nippon Sunrise and he became a fixture there. By fixture, I mean that he's a regular position as a mechanical designer. Ta-da! His first assignment from the studio is actually to become the principal mechanical designer for the super robot show called Invincible Steelman DAITARN 3.
DAITARN 3!
And here's the magic. Invincible Steelman DAITARN 3 was actually directed by none other than Mr. Tomino himself. Woo! Being very impressed by Mr. Okawara's work, Mr. Tomino actually invited him to work on a new show called GUNBOY. This was with a very specific instruction for Mr. Okawara. It is for him to design a title mecha closer to the series of the Starship Trooper. So Mr. Tomino said something to Mr. Okawara. He said, Mr. Okawara-san, I need you to design something much more realistic. Something along the line of the novel by Mr. A. Heinlein called Starship Trooper. Nothing like the fanciful iron giants like the Mazinger Z. I want something that is special. So, it became Mobile Suit Gundam. Now it's time for the concept of Mobile Suit Gundam. The series was originally titled Freedom Fighter Gunboy. Imagine how will this be like in real life? Your mom walks into you. Hey Justin, what are you building, huh? Then you'll be like, Mom, I'm building what's called the Freedom Fighter Gunboy. No man, thank God for that. The name actually refers to the robot's gun and also teen boys as their primary demographic audience. Early production has actually a number of references to freedom. The white base was originally the Freedom's Fortresses. The core fighter was actually the Freedom Wing. And the gun parry was actually the Freedom Cruiser. Probably not that fast, but somewhere along the line. But the Yatate team actually combined the word gun with the last word of freedom, dum, and it became Gundam. Well, being Gundam doesn't really fly as well, doesn't sound pleasing to the ears of Mr. Tomino, so he changed it to Gundam. Damn! The whole reason why Mr. Tomino changed the word dome to dam, it's because it suggests of a gun's unit holding back enemies like a hydroelectric dam holding back water. That is pretty amazing of where the philosophy of design with the name itself, it holds a meaning. Now you know. Now I know. In keeping with the concept, Gundams are actually depicted as a prototype unit which has higher capabilities compared to the mass production unit. Now by mass production units, I mean the GM Sniper 2, the Quill, the Gun Cannon, Jesta, basically mobile suits like that. Most Gundams are large, bipedal, humanoid vehicles controlled from a cockpit by a human pilot. The cockpit is located in the torso, while the head actually acts as a camera transmitting images to the torso. So if you headshot a Gundam, you won't actually kill the human pilot, thank God for that. You would only blind him. They can't see anything anymore. Most of the series protagonists are actually new types, a new form of human, and they are essentially genetically advanced humans adapted for space. Now new types have the advanced psychic abilities that enables them to sense each other. It's like they have walkie-talkies right in their brain itself, like I can sense. you're there, 50 miles away. And they utilize special mobile suits like Gundams, not mass production units. Now let's talk a little bit about Gundam timelines. It began after a drastic chain of events and typically involves major conflicts between the Earth and the space colonies, and in some cases the Moon and also terraformed planets. An exception for this are the Gundam build timelines, in where they set in reality where Gundams are basically plastic model kits like how we experience them, and they put them in the set and they play with them via VR or via some form of particles. I'm sorry, we couldn't recall that. Most of the Gundam animations are actually set in a universal century calendar era, with later series set in alternate timelines or calendar. Although many new Gundam series are told in their parallel universe in their independent timelines, which kind of gives them more creative freedom, the original UC storyline continues to be the most popular. It established the series, setting the standard in hard science fiction for anime. Basically, the original Gundam marked the maturing of the giant robot genre. Nostalgia for the oldest Gundam show and its status as a pop culture icon in Japan, it's a factor in its continuing success. And yes, if you are wondering, we will be covering every single Gundam timeline, Gundam storylines, or whatever it is in the later episodes, so feel free to click the subscribe button. Thank you very much. Now let's talk about the media storm. Whoa. Majority of the series come in 40 to 50 episodes, and some even spawn multiple spin-offs like the MSG 0080 side story, the 8 MS Team, Gundam Wing Endless Waltz, Mobile Suit Gundam MS Igloo, Mobile Suit Gundam Narrative, and many more. Now for manga and light novels. There are many graphical novels of Gundam. These include side stories, crossover, spin-offs, photo novels, and picture books. I wonder if they could produce coloring books as well. Almost every Gundam series include a related manga series. Now in recent years, Mobile Suit Gundam also made its way into video games. Gundam has actually spawned off more than 80 video games for arcade, computers, and console platforms. Some with characters that were not found in the Gundam anime or manga. Instead, some of the games actually inspired a lot of the novels and the mangas. Did you know the game called Gundam Evolution? I actually played that game on Steam, and if you want to join me in my battle against all the players, here's my stream profile. Add me as friend, we can play along, and you can kill me in the game because I sucked. I'm really not good at games. I have very slow reaction time. I played as GM Sniper 2 once. A couple of times actually I tried to master on how to use him, but I keep dying. And then I played as Gundam Barbatos a couple of times because I was lucky I was able to select that character. And I died a lot of times as well. So add me and in the game. Now, last but not least, it's the thing that connects all of us together. They are Gundam model kits. Hundreds and thousands of Gundam model kits were produced, and mainly they were made from plastic or resin. Some even have metal, and some have gimmicks, some have lights. If you want to know all about Gundam model kits, or known as Gunpla, please check out our previous video right here. Most of them are actually available in 1 to 144 size, 1/100, and so on. There's a lot of sizes for everyone. If you have fat fingers, small fingers, Gundam is for everybody. For Gundam's 30th anniversary, Bandai actually built a full-size RX-78 and displayed him in the Odaiba district. It was actually taken down on March 5th in 2017. However, they built a new Gundam called the Unicorn Gundam, and it has been there ever since. Same location. And in recent years, the new RX-78-2 actually came up in Yokohama that actually features moving parts. You know, there's a light show, smoke show, rain show when it rains. You know, too sure, I've never been there before. I would love to go there. And then we have the Freedom in Shanghai, and we got the new Gundam somewhere else. I couldn't remember. Leave a comment below if you know where it is. I forgot. Anyway, that's all for the history of Gundam. I hope that you guys learned something from this video. Me and my team has actually learned a lot about Gundam just by researching about this. And it's really awesome to know how Gundam came about in its existence for 40 years. It's really rich in history. There's a lot of stuff that we didn't know about. We all love model kit. That is what brings us together, but it's awesome to know the history behind all of them as well. And now it's your time to help us out. If you like the video, please share it with your friends. We would appreciate you so much. And don't forget to like the video as well. Last but not least, don't forget to subscribe. We will be producing more and more of this kind of video that will enhance your knowledge of Gundams. Thank you very much. Hope to see you guys soon. This is Justin signing out, and welcome back to G Academy. Bye-bye. It became a world phenomenon. First of all, Gundam is a Japanese military fiction media franchise. First of all, Gundam is a military fiction. One time. First of all, Gundam is a military fictional media created by Yoshiyuki Tomino. Okay. Created by Yoshi. It began on April 7, 1976. It became which was highly influenced by the Mr. Okawara attended Tokyo University of I'm so sorry, man. I wasted so much time and footage. Alright. Mr. Okawara attended Oh my god, what's wrong with me, man? Okay. Mr. Okawara attended Mr. Okawara attended Tokyo. Okay, attended Tokyo. Okay. Mr. Okawara attended Tokyo University. Can we just stop recording for a while? All Gundam series are set in a colonial, in a fictional era. Where does colonial come from? Oh, revolution. There's no revolution? Like, revolution! Gundam Genesis! Okay. Wow, I just summarized the whole thing for you, man. Yeah.